Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Ran Through the Beams. Before I get started, let's do a really quick prayer. God, angels, ancestors, and guides, please guide me to reflect this energy, only helping me guide them for their highest good and their highest good only. Remove me and allow me to be the pure channel for the white light. Archangel Michael, come in and protect me as I channel these messages. Archangel Raphael, protect the hearts of all involved. Archangel Metatron, give me as well as the collective clarity. So, you guys, there's an acknowledgement of what you've been fighting, like where you've been stubborn, where there's been some type of negative influences, or where you have self-sabotage on your journey, and the possibilities that you had, and the ones that you accepted to take, and the ones that you didn't. It's like, I had water in the refrigerator, I had milk in the refrigerator, but I chose milk over water. So now that my stomach is hurting, before I go to bed, then that was a choice, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to bed with an upset stomach, or I'm having difficulties regulating my body. So it's something about the regulation, and like where you have deceived yourself through the choices you've made, because you were trying to heal other people, because you were trying to connect, not seeing your strength, not seeing your power. And these situations put you in positions where you were exploited in some way. I'm getting like someone having cloudy judgment when they have expressed their emotions. It's something about it not being clear, what's really not clear, because your soul hasn't evolved enough. So it's a energy of like only having so much understanding about relationships or about connections. And the way that this can manifest is like abusive or toxic, or like choosing toxic people, situations, and environments to stay in, be around in, involve yourself in, where instead of choosing self, but it's like a fogginess where when you're in it, I'm hearing you so knee deep in shit that you can't even see the light. All right. So there's some type of patience that you're receiving, or it's like you're speaking to your spirit team, and as you're speaking to your spirit team, they are giving you like clarity on what to do with these connections, or how to do them, how to express yourself. They're sending you signs. But whatever these cycles of disharmony are, it feels as if you're going through a phase of just experiencing the heartbreak of like, dang, I had other options and I chose this one. Like, I chose to be in this situation. I chose to indulge. I chose to go back and forth. This was a choice. I might not have planned my action, but I was an active participant because I didn't evolve spiritually, or I didn't ascend. I didn't transcend the energies that other people were sending to me that were negative. And it could have been that you were just in a place where you didn't know how negative these influences were, because sometimes that's what we're used to. So we don't know that what this sounds like, what this feels like. We don't know what peace truly is. Like for me, I grew up in chaos. I grew up in hell. Like when I say always fighting around me. If it wasn't like I would go to my mother's house for the weekend or for holidays, and her and my stepdad was fighting all the time. If not, then when I would be at home, my grandparents were sick, so either I was hearing people argue, the adults arguing and going back and forth about stuff, not around my grandparents, but I was hearing it. And then when they passed away, it got worse. So, or when they were in the hospital, I should say, it got worse. So it's like that was my norm. So when I became an adult, that became my norm. 555 is you're changing these dynamics that we're speaking of. I'm hearing up until this point. So that was your norm up until this point. You thrived in the chaos because you only knew chaos. You didn't know how to be at peace. You didn't know how to, I'm hearing, indulge in oneself. Not realizing, like when you're in it, you can't see your way out. You can't. Sometimes it's just foggy. Like I don't know how to explain it, but your mind, the way that people are telling you to get out, like it's like, okay, this is the example I'm getting. I'm getting like you playing a video game, right? You playing a video game, and somebody else beside you is older, or they done been on the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they done been on the game, they didn't surpass this level, and they steady trying to talk you through. Like, okay, turn left. All right, keep straight. Run. All right, you finna have somebody come your way. Woo. All right, bob, duck, weave, and you got the controller though, so you're trying to press the buttons and do and turn as they're saying it, and it's hard to maneuver because the joystick may have some wear and tear. So when you press the button, it may not jump as fast as, you know what I'm saying, or somebody sneezed, or somebody called your name, and you couldn't move as fast as you would have liked to, or you didn't do what it was that you wanted to do because of X, Y, and Z. Whatever it was, it's like circumstances when you are in the control seat. Other people can tell you what to do or how to do it, or they can see the outside picture. And sometimes the cloudiness will make it where we don't see our situation, or we don't even understand the help that they're giving us. And I say this all the time, but I say sometimes it's your job to plant the seed. And I'm getting that other people may have not planted the seeds in certain areas, so you were naive. Or if they did plant the seed, it was a fogginess where you didn't understand it. I'm quick to say I don't play the word game. And what I mean by that is, like, people get so caught up in the division of words. For me, I understand linguistics. And what I mean by that is, like, I understand that one word may have 3 different definitions, and that's just in the US. But let's go into let's bring other cultures into it, or let's bring in, like, not the way that they use it in modern terms, but how it was used when my grandparents were around, or their parents' parents. It's like understanding and being able to cultivate it, or even just like how it's used in the South versus how it's used in the North, or how it's used in your area based off of how it's used in mine. And so for me, I don't get caught up in the word game. And that's what I mean by that, because there's no reason for me to get angry at someone else's use of a word, because a lot of times people try to measure their smarts based off of the mistakes that other people make. But what I have learned is that oftentimes it's not our mistakes, but it's our ability to not allow those mistakes to keep us down. It's our ability to see our failures, see what we've overcome, see what lessons we've learned, and be able to move through that without judgment of oneself or other people, that how they helped you or didn't help you. Because to understand that we all are going through something. Like, you may not see that this may be somebody's problem, but this may not be your problem, but this may be somebody else's problem. Like for me, so when I am in a depressed state, oftentimes I overeat or I undereat dramatically. So it's a huge weight difference for me. Okay. Now that's not what somebody else deals with. And that's just when I'm going through depression. Now for other people, they may not never experience that. They may not never understand that. They may never have to understand those things. The way that I think, because of the things that I've been through, may not be. And I've talked to somebody recently that I love to death, and me talking her through, like, the way that I have to think about things, it's like, it was an eye-opener. I could hear, like, the gears, like, rolling for her, because she was like, no one should have to think like that. I appreciate that you think like that, but nobody should have to think like that. But it's my reality based off of what I've experienced. And I don't think that spirit wants you to get to a place of feeling as if, well, because you had these options on your journey, or because you had these influences, or you could have went this way instead of going this way, you could have not said this back to them, or you could have not felt intimidated or not felt jealous because of what a person had, or because of the way a person did something. It's a level of understanding that, okay, the way that I looked at it then was okay because of where I was inside of my body, inside of my mind, inside of my environment, on the outside, but also very strong emphasis on the inside, because I'm getting, like, other people were able to get you to self-sabotage, or I'm hearing converse, only because they didn't get a chance to look at the fact that they were putting more on you. And even if they knew that they were putting more on you, they didn't realize how much you were going to continue to evaluate and process. And I'm hearing, like, on that random Tuesday where that light bulb snapped and your mind got to a place of you not being foggy, or you've been putting in so much work to get to a place of you trusting yourself, where now you're stepping out of the fog. Because for me, because people told me so my whole life, from the time that my grandparents passed away, and even sometimes before that, I was told how much of a mistake I was, how much mistakes I made. And so because of that, it weighed on me. So it got to a place where I didn't trust myself when I became an adult. And now that I look back at it, I look back at it like, if you would have popped off, and that was your first intent to pop off, they deserve you to fucking pop off. You know what I'm saying? Or if you decided to cut a person off, it was right. I'm hearing rightfully so. It's like whatever it's like you're looking back at your decisions and looking back at the times where you didn't trust yourself, and then looking at now, and you like, okay, all right, I moved. I played that. I'm hearing I played my part right. I played my part fair. It's like you're realizing how things could have went so much different, but then at the same time, I'm feeling like a real relief of how things happened or how things played out, because there is a overwhelming feeling of, okay, you know what? It wasn't a waste. It wasn't a waste. It wasn't all trash. It wasn't a waste. I'm hearing no matter what someone makes up about you, I just keep getting, it wasn't a waste. Like, I'm getting people lying on you. It wasn't a waste. Like, everything that has happened up until this point, it wasn't a waste. It was purposeful. And you're about to see divine order, the bigger picture, the reason why you had to experience those things, why God put you in the places or allowed you to move, or even just allowed you to go through a time of fogginess so you can step into the light. I'm hearing because everything that's for you isn't always for you. And you're getting to a place of understanding that. Because it may feel good, it may look good, and you're like, yeah, that's it. And then it's like, nah, that wasn't it. And there's an acceptance that God wants you to take on. Because no one's journey is perfect, but also to understand that no two people have this exact same journey. They may have experienced a few moments or a few chapters that was identical, but it's never the exact same. And that there is purposeful. Because God could have easily made all of our struggles, and the way that we all think, and the way that we get out of our mind fog, the same. But it wasn't done that way. And that was intentional. Something about a calling, or someone calling you, or being called, you getting some type of news, some type of message, some type of recognition. I'm hearing, don't forget this right here. Because this is for you. Whatever this call that you get, or like you realizing your calling on your life, God is telling you to remember this moment. Because it's for you. And it's emphasis on it's for you. I'm hearing that you were not given the spirit of fear. Your bravery is exactly that. It stands alone, and it stands the test of time. So don't be afraid. I'm hearing it's okay. I just keep getting it's okay. It's okay. All right, that's all. I just heard that's it. You guys, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, donations. Until next time, everybody. Namaste and blessings to you and yours.